Okay, hey, this is Terry. Who do we have on the phone?
Hi, Terry. My name is Dr. Dan Saviano. I'm an emergency room physician from Chicago, and I'm calling about your work. It's fantastic. I'm interested in becoming a student and buying your application. It's by far and away the most intuitive, instructive, brilliant piece of work that I've seen in the field of note buying. And I've read a ton of books, been to a lot of courses, been to seminars, but your work pulls everything together.
Oh, man.
I'm a big fan. Just happy to talk to you.
Well, thank you. And the first name is?
Dan.
Yeah, and you're a doctor. What is your specialty, just out of curiosity?
Emergency medicine.
Wow. You know, I'm honored, man. I'm truly honored.
I'm the one that's
You know, and it's great because I get all kinds of calls, and it's just amazing. How did you find out about me?
Well, you're a rock star in the note world and on YouTube. I started pretty much just looking at videos and reading books, like I said, but trying to understand a little bit here, a little bit there, a piece of information, a piece of website. But when I listen to your work and I look at you, the way you present the material and the way you synthesize all these different into a single algorithm that you could just plug, it's a plug and play model. It makes it easy to understand all the material and give you hooks to hang this loose data on so that it makes sense in every way, shape, and form. Looks like an invaluable piece of work that you've done.
Oh, man. Golly, I'm telling you, I could just go to sleep now from what you've said because I'm really feeling so good. I mean, being a guy that you're very educated, you're very talented. I'm just amazed at why you would even want to look at anything that I'm doing. I look at you and I hold you at such a high standard. It's like, well, why do you want to come down to my...
I'm not making $40,000 an hour. Though, so.
Hey, you know what? I was just talking to a guy the other day, and I remember that number because some years ago, Tiger Woods, they had said that that's what he made an hour, was $40,000 an hour. And I said, man, I'm hanging with Tiger Woods for 1 hour.
Wow. Well, it's certainly eye-catching, and it makes you look twice.
Yes.
But I've listened through all your videos and, read your websites up and down, and I didn't know if you were still teaching or if you were retired or if you were, still in the business.
Well, Dan, it's a love. I mean, I used to be a martial artist, and I'm still a martial artist, but not like I used to. And it was a way of life. You'd go in and train, and you do all your, it's just like your profession is a way of life. And you're passionate about it. You love it. And that's the way I am with real estate. I mean, I was a poor guy, man. I come from a poor background. Family was poor. Everybody around me was poor. And when I seen the infomercials with the guy saying, hey, you can have this, you can have that, you can have this and that. And I'm going like, man, gee, I want that, right? So, I did what you did. I did seminars. I mean, I did 5-day seminars. Everything. I absorbed it, and I still absorb till today. And you're right, the algorithm, once I realized what I had learned and what I had put together, I was amazed. So, I built that app. Have you seen that, Bank Foreclosure Millionaire?
Yeah, the game and the app.
Yeah. And I have
for me personally, your presentation is 95% of it. Your ability to pull it all together, your personality, your insightfulness, your ability to just take all these different parts and assemble into a form that you can understand within an hour. I mean, it takes people years to pull all this together. And here you have this little game that you could put in your hand, and it just puts it all together. It makes perfect sense.
Well, I love hearing that. Reason why is because when I built it, I just wanted to teach investors how to make money. And the other thing of it was I got into the gaming field, which was really weird because I had gamers thinking that they can push a button and, they become millionaires. So they start critiquing me, say, hey, your game sucks. And so I kept trying to figure out how I can make the gamers happy. And then I realized one day, Dumbo, you didn't make that for gamers. It was for investors. So, the people like yourself that pick it up and you understand it, I'm excited. Not that it matters anymore. I'm 60 years old, man. I've been in real estate 38 years, and the critics, they really don't matter anymore. I love the positive because, again, as you know, I'm recording this, and you're calling me on a Sunday. And what did you say about calling me this morning?
Oh, I didn't think you were going to answer. I thought, on a Sunday afternoon, you were going to be. This was going to be a tape, and I thought I just wanted to hear the message and maybe leave my number. I certainly wasn't expecting you to call back. The thing that comes to my mind with the game was this is like Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes.
When he made his Monopoly game or whatever he calls it, there was a huge part of his wealth building was to come up with a game that people could relate to and understand. It was to simplify finance and economics and wealth building, and that's what really put him on the map.
Right.
So, like I said, this is the same thing. I mean, I was hoping that I could still buy it. That's really what it's still available. Because we looked on iTunes. I had my daughter look on iTunes, and it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. And it was only for Apple, right?
Well, I got two apps, and you have to know the name of them. So the one I think now for note buying, I have one that's called 40,000 in 1 hour.
Right.
Or a note buying app. It's one or two. I can't even remember now. It's been so long. Now, that one is inactive. The material in it is still great. But, what happened was Apple said, hey, you got to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. And I go, well, hell, I'm giving away for free. So why should I spend my money to give away something for free? But when it was working, you could do calculations and you could send spreadsheets through email. It was awesome.
It looks like it's something, if you're in the note business, you want to have it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I get it. Begs the question, are you still selling it? Is it still
Well,
available?
it's free. It's free. The note buying app is called Note Buying App. That's what it's called. Note Buying App, that's for note buyers. You can go to Apple, and it's only for Apple. I didn't make it for Android. Now, my second one is called Bank Foreclosure Millionaire. That one is for Android and iPhone, and that one has 11 ways that I teach how to make money with real estate. It goes wholesaling.
Right. They both look like they're high utility, but specifically the note ones, I'm kind of drilling down on the notes. I mean, I think both of them already have a place to do the same thing, pull it all together. But
yes.
The note one looked perfect.
Yes.
Because I was using T-value, and T-value gives you, it has all the amortization charts. It gives you all the time value of money parameters. I mean, it's better than the financial calculators.
Right.
But yours looks even, like a quantum leap better.
Well, thing of it is, if you're into software, if you have people that know how to build it, if you like Excel spreadsheets, anyone that does Excel, once you look at mine, you can customize your own. Because, again, it's all algorithms, it's all formulas, and you can build it out any way you want. But, yeah, you can take my material and use it as is. But, see, everything's a system, as you well know. Everything's a system. So as a note buyer, as a house buyer, you got to have a system of doing things. So I learned this when I was working with hedge funds. The hedge funds would, I think we were trying to buy 174 loans from a bank. And they came up, the package was owed $40 million in unpaid principal balances. And so the hedge fund came back at $22 million. And I'm like, man, how did you guys do that? Well, we sent it through this, the algorithms, and our software said, hey, if we buy them at $22 million, then, we're going to be able to produce so much profit so many different ways. And I went, wow, you guys do that? And they go, yeah, we just look at it as a can of beans on the shelf. We try to get it at a discount. We look at what we can make off of it, whether we, keep it, whether we sell it, we flip it, and we expect to make X number of dollars. I go, man, I said, that is brilliant.
I mean, Terry, just the way you get the big picture and then you weave in the details, you make it look so easy. I'm like, God, if I could do what this guy could do, I think I'd be onto something.
Well, you can. You know why?
Brilliant.
You do what you do, and all you got to do is it's all relevant. What you do, I mean, I can't do what you do without, the schooling. And if I'd had the correct schooling, yes. But what you do, all you got to look at it as notes and put your system together. It's the same thing. You watch. I mean, we're going to talk about it as we go further, what you actually called for. But the conversation's so intelligent, man, that I'm just like, I'm bouncing off you like a ping pong game or something. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you appreciate it, but it's all, in all sincerity, I mean, I could, you get a kind of a sense of, people's brilliance when you look at their work and you say, this is a smart guy.
Yeah. Thank you. Wholeheartedly, I'm honored. I had a lady call me a couple of days ago. She's very intelligent. She's got 3 assisted living homes. One's on the golf course. She's been doing it since she's 14. Her son is an esports kid, so he's very intelligent. And we were having the same type of conversation that me and you having right now. So like in the last 3 days, man, I've been getting highly, highly intelligent conversation. Man, I've been like just blown away. So I value it. I have a question for you though.
Sure.
What are you doing exactly with notes? How did you find me on YouTube? I mean, what did you plug in?
If you just simple enough real estate notes, how to buy and sell notes, flipping notes, notes, hedge funds, notes, foreclosure, art, just anything with notes.
Right.
But you're ranked so high.
Yeah.
You're always on the first page.
Right.
So I think that the best way to say this is that you have 10 years into it or 13 years, but it's probably longer than that. But you're just well positioned to be like the guru, and I know you're humble about it. You don't really put yourself out to be the guru, but I think you basically are. I mean, you're a rock star in the note business.
Well, you know what I love more than anything else? People call me and they say, "Hey, man, you know what? Golly, your information is like you're talking to me." And I go, I'm just telling you what I did and how excited I am to be in the position that I'm in today. And so the only thing that needs to be answered is your own questions, Dan. Dan, I did it this way and I made 54%. Well, Terry, how do I get from point A to point B? And then I try to answer that, of course, in my coaching program. But I don't believe in scarcity. I worked with a guru one time, and I like the word guru. I really do. I mean, I love the guru because if it wasn't for the guru, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I worked with this guy, and he always told me, Terry, play all your aces. And he was, I was his trainer. He would charge like $25,000 for his coaching. I would go out and train people in the field for 3 days. And then I did that with one student, and one of my students made like $400,000 buying notes, right? And my last student made $1.3 million buying a commercial note. He was a multimillionaire, and man, it blew me away that he took my concept and did really well for himself. So this guru told me, hey, Terry, play all your aces. Don't hold anything back. Don't believe in scarcity. Believe in abundance, because you've got so much in you that the more you extract out, the higher your level is. And I'm like, wow. I said, no one's ever told me that. I worked for like Trump. I worked for Robert Allen, and it was always, kind of like, don't give away so much, right? Like, okay, how do I hide what I have? So once I learned how to give it all, man, that's what I do. I get on the video. I have fun with it. I enjoy myself. I enjoy people like you calling me. It makes my life great.
You look like you're having a great time. I got to tell you.
Hey, I'm having a great time.
You're miserable, and I'm like looking at you. I'm like, this guy's making $40,000 an hour, and he's partying. I mean, I know that's all showbiz, but
yeah,
what can you make with the notes?
Okay.
Because I see a lot of people who go and get in, and they kind of, just maybe see how complicated it is. Mm-hmm. But if you're into the business, I mean, how much do they make? I mean, I know what I make as a doctor, and
yes.
I think I can make more in notes.
Well, here's the thing. It's unlimited. And the reason why I say that is, again, my latest student, he was he's a multimillionaire. And he already owned a commercial building. He's running employees out of his commercial building. So he happens to see a building in his neighborhood, and he goes, you know what? This building, something's going on with it. So he goes to the bank. He wants to buy it. The bank says, hey, we can't sell you the property, but we'll sell you the note. And so he goes on the internet just like you did, and he finds me, and he says, hey, look, I'm trying to buy, a building, but they want to sell the note. I said, okay, let me train you. So I trained him on the weekend, Friday through Monday. Tuesday, he went into the bank, and the bank says, hey, we want, I can't remember the numbers. We want $300,000 for this building. And he said, well, I'll give you 120. They accepted. He put 40 grand into the building, right? But he contacted the owner of the note and said, hey, look, I have a solution for you to, wipe yourself clean of this debt, because he didn't want it. And he said, you're going to have to pay your taxes. I can't relieve you of that. You have to deal with the IRS. So he bought the building. As soon as he signed the contract, he said it was worth 1.2.
Wow.
So, okay, what is the possibilities? Well, first of all, you got to have, and I think that's what me and you are really getting down to the nitty-gritty about, you got to have that vision. You have a tool. The note buying is the tool. Real estate is the tool. Notes is just one tool in the toolbox. But you got to have that vision. Okay, if I find, like, for example, another one of my students has I think I want to say $3 million. I may be wrong. It's a luxury mansion. It's a multi-million-dollar house. The person hadn't made payments in 7 to 8 years, right? And I think they were like $700,000 behind on the payments. And so that's a unique situation. And the student called me because they wanted to learn real estate. But I said, hey, look, the big play is the note. Maybe we can buy that note for, 50, 60 cents on the dollar. Because banks, that's a big problem for a bank to have a multi-million-dollar property on their hands. Then if they don't know what to do with. So let's take you, for example. You find the right property, whether it be commercial, residential, doesn't matter. And if you can go in and get control of that note, that's one great asset to have. I like it to where the homeowner or the person makes the payments to me, because I want all that residual income, man, with no work on the property. As you well know, if you listen to my videos, you had a stream of income. I like that for the rest of my life. But sometimes you can get the deed in there also. Now you control the whole asset. So that's a major play that...
Hey, Terry, and the thing that I really like about you're saying in the synthesis, but when you have the exit strategies, deed in lieu, cash for keys, for all the different, end game.
Yeah.
That I haven't seen anybody do that. I haven't seen anybody talk about it. You're the only one that gives you the end game strategies.
Well, why, Dan?
And that's where the big tip. That's the big ticket in my mind. From A to Z, what to do. Nobody else does that.
Well, Dan, look at it this way: scarcity mentality. See, Dan, look, you don't need to buy anything from me if you get this. I don't care. I'm not trying to hard sell you and make you believe that you got to buy my stuff in order to benefit from this. We haven't even talked about my coaching program. I'm sharing with you everything I got in the hopes that you take it, use it, call me back one day, say, Terry, I did this, or you go into my coaching program. So here's the difference. When other people try to give you the information, it's basically giving away the keys to the kingdom. I don't care, because I've already had enough success. I'm saying, look, Dan, if you go out and you do this, and if you know your exit strategy, you can make it happen. So some people will buy, some people won't buy. But for me, it's really simple. Hey, look, I'm just giving you everything I got. Whether you use it, whether you don't use it, whether you sign up, I'm good. We hang up the phone and we don't do anything else. Man, shit, I'm going back in my backyard and have a great time. So I'm not...
Well, I want to tie up, and I got to go, so... first of all, the mentoring thing, is it all on the website? Because, there's guys who have, I kind of phoning around trying to find someone, but you are I thought, the best. Mm-hmm. And if I could get my hands on this software, that'll even give me more education, more capability. And then, if I bird dog for you, or if I call you with my notes, or the mentoring, whatever is how you organize it, because I didn't know you were still involved, because these videos were all like 5 years ago,
oh, yeah.
3 years ago.
I've got some longer ones. I've got some up there, man, probably 10, 15 years. But you know what? Note buying doesn't change. Banks haven't changed in all these years. They're not like real estate investors. when we went through the mortgage meltdown, they put a clamp on investors. Hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, change your rules, blah, 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 blah. Banks continue to operate the same, man. Every state has a civil
what about
code.
this distressed pro, this guy who's running this, it's 8,000 banks and it gives you all the information, how to get at there to read, who the managers are, what their name, what the email is.
Let's have a private call on that. Reason why, because I'm recording you now, but I'm going to say this.
Sure.
Everything has its place, everything has its value. Okay? And we'll finish the conversation afterwards because I don't want to, do anything negative.
I would expect that. But
okay, or keep it positive. Let me go with my coaching program, and then you tell me what you want. I know you want the software, but see, the coaching is, we've been on the phone for, I think, I can't really see it, maybe 35, 40 minutes. I don't know, maybe 30. See, the conversation me and you're having right now gives you depth. You get depth. When you get my software, you get it, and you can use it, but see, you don't understand the depth behind it and the conversations we got to have and the role playing. Or if something comes up, you got to give me a call. Hey, Terry, what about this? What they said this, man, I didn't understand what they were saying. What do I do next? So just like we're having a phone call now, this is the way my coaching program works on a constant basis. You got the right to call me and let's talk it over. Because again, Dan, I want you to be successful because I want to put your video up so people can say, look, this guy Dan was a doctor doing really well. He started doing real estate notes. He started working with Terry as a coach and mentor, and voila, he took off. So that validates me, gives me credibility in the marketplace. So let me just tell you what my program is. I have a 1-year coaching program that's Monday through Friday. We don't work weekends, holidays, any of that. It's $700. Okay, included in that is the Bank Foreclosure Millionaire software.
$700 for the week?
No, $700 for the year.
A whole year?
Yeah, you want to do $700 a week, man? Hey, Ray, elevate me, man. Elevate me, Dan. I love it.
$700 for a year of your time is.
No doubt.
It's a gimme.
But you know what, Dan? I try to make it affordable for everyone. For you, we're on a different level. Now let me keep going. I have $2,995, Dan. You can come to me for 3 days. We'll spend 3 days like we're doing now, just rocking and rolling, getting to know each other. I'm showing you what I do. I'm going to take you to the bankruptcy court, a place you probably never thought about going. There's plenty of notes there, okay? And we can discuss that too. So that's 7 days a week. So you come here, train with me for 3 days. Then you head back. I work with you 7 days a week. You call me like you are on a Sunday, Saturdays. Anytime you need help, I'm going to help you out. $4,995. I'm coming to you. We're going to spend 3 days together, me and you side by side in the field doing stuff. And then when I get back, you still got the 7 days a week. I got one more program. It's $25,000. That's for a person that's like, you know what, Terry, I'm scared to death. I got money. I want to do this, but man, I'm so scared to make a move. So I kind of walk them through a deal, walk them through the process. And with that, again, all of this includes that software where I'm going to be working with you. I use the software to train you. So I'm going to teach you how to do notes. I'm going to send you to the software to practice before you go out into the real world. Builds your confidence, increases your chances that you won't lose money. And that's, what I do also is, hey, man, make sure you cover all your bases. Make sure you know all the exit strategies. Before you even invest in, you should tell me how you're going to win, how you're going to lose, so that when you make the move, you understand thoroughly what you're doing. So those are my coaching programs. I'd love to have you in one of them at least, man, because I love your energy.
Well,
maybe you're gonna blow.
That's a lot of dough.
That's a lot of dough. That's a lot of dough.
But the $700 one a week, having that's an easy. The $5,000 for if I can just get started, that could be somewhere in the not too distant future. I mean, I got all summer.
Yeah.
You could just pick a day, grab, steal some from my wife, and then just come out. That's a trip.
I'd love to hang out with you, man. I tell my student this at some point, Dan. You're going to get so good that I want to pay you.
If I could spend time, I did one deal, Terry.
Yeah.
If I just showed her, look, I made $25,000, I made $20,000. Even if I made $5,000, I said, look, I made $5,000. It doesn't make her a believer, and then she wouldn't give me a bad time. If it's more pie in the sky, she could give me static. I got 2 kids.
Oh, yeah.
One's in college, and one.
I don't blame her.
If I come in with a deal, I mean, she don't want to hear it.
I don't blame her. You know what? My wife was like that too. But you know what? My wife is my biggest supporter right now because she's seen the difference that real estate made in our lives. She's getting ready to retire in the next couple months, man, and she's can't wait. She got 30 years in the state, and she's getting ready to retire, and she's like ecstatic because she knows, she doesn't have to go back anymore. But let's go back to you now. Dan, I can put you in the business, and I can get you to make money on the notes. Here's the problem. I need to find out what kind of return you want on your investment. And then I need to know how much money you want to make per pop. Now, it's not that easy. It's not like pulling a crystal ball and say, you know what, Terry, I want to make 50,000 or I want to make 40,000. Well, guess what? If you want cash flow, I can get you a note. And notes are out there, man. But what's the return? See, now on my video, I know you watched, I made a 54% return on my investment with a note. You're not going to find that working with people that are selling notes now. That kind of deal is done directly with the bank. And with your credibility, if me and you started working with banks and I trained you how to work with banks, dude, you're going to kill it. Why? Because you're serious. You're not some guy that went to a seminar and works at a job. You're a guy that's a professional. So the banks look at you on a different level. So,
Terry, to be honest, I thought that, there was a way to get these guys, my buddies, they're, the IRA money, because everybody's looking for some, sound investment. So, but it's a credibility issue. So I could use my titles for credibility, but at the end of the day, they want to look, they want to see a check.
They want to see a performance spreadsheet.
25% on this or 30% of these crazy numbers. I bought this one guy's, the note professor, the guy down from Texas, Henderson.
Okay.
And he had all the math. So, it was like, how do you get 80%? How do you get 50%? How do you get... So the math is there. I know that the numbers work. You just have to, I think with what you're going to teach me and my title, and then with just some, just a little chutzpah to go in and just start, I don't think I could fail. And if we're doing deals, I get my marketing in Chicago or the Midwest or whatever, and, with these coming in, we just do what everybody else does.
Well, here's the key. Here's the key. I got to teach you how to talk money. See, we're going to do some role playing. I'm going to teach you how to get in front of a crowd and talk money and talk percentages so that you're a professional. I'm going to get you to make some videos.
Poetry.
It is.
Poetry.
It is. It's like any other artist. It's like any other professional. It's like yourself. When you've gotten to the point where you put your time in, you're good at what you do. And that's the same thing with me. I've just done it so much, just like you, that I've become the top of the field at what I do. And it's easy for me to teach you because it's all a system. It's a McDonald's. I'm going to teach you.
Right, it's a system.
It's a system. And see, that's what I have. That's why I'm able to make apps. That's why I'm able to do what I do. And I do it over and over again. You can call me and say, hey, Terry, I watched that video where you made 54%. You were getting $442.54 a month, and you were owed XXX. I know those numbers to the date right now, and I could give you the exact answer. That's because it's a system. And you're going to plug in your numbers with what I'm teaching you, and you'll do the same thing. It's like clockwork. So when you
Charter, said it was their program, Charter Financial, Charter Notes. I mean, it was $200. I mean,
okay, hey Dan, I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you on that. Reason why? Again, we're recording.
I talk about other people.
No. It's okay in a private conversation. But again, I'm gonna put this on YouTube. So, your perspective, your viewpoint is totally yours. I have no problem with it. But I just don't want to go, the wrong way. I don't want to go the wrong way. Okay, here's what we can do. Let's get down to the bottom line. You give me what you want, and then we'll close this out, and then you'll have further conversation. So again, between those programs that I gave you, the $700, the $29.95, or the $49.95, do you have one that you would like to just start now? I know the future.
I'm going to just do the $700.
Let's do the $700. Okay, and here's what I need you to do. I just want you to text me your first and last name and your email address.
Okay.
I'm going to stop the recording now. Now, if you want to add anything else that, the listeners, when they listen to this, if you have some words of wisdom you want to share with them, I'm leaving it open. Otherwise, we'll close it out and we're good to go. Anything else you want to add?
All right. The other thing I would just tell any listener to look at the YouTube videos and to just watch all of them. And even if you had the opportunity to compare against other programs and other systems and other, trainers, Terry by far and away is the top. The way he brings the material together and the concepts together, the formulas together, the algorithms, the end games, you cannot find this kind of workable knowledge with anybody else. They might be out there, but I can't find them, and I've been, deep diving on this for months.
Okay. How long? You said months you've been deep diving. And that's a lot.
Months, just to find out who the best instructor would be and who I'd want to partner with and who would give me with a command of the language, the command of the skills. I just don't see it. The people that I talk to don't have this. They just don't have what you have. You're by far and away the best.
Dan, man, I'm telling you, dude. Man, I'm just so touched, man. I'm almost tearing up.
I think that was all sincerity.
Really thank you. You know what? The listeners are going to hear this, man. It ain't like I paid you, or it ain't like we rigged this thing. They'll hear it. The ones that are serious, they can hear the truth. They understand. They're not crazy. They've done the same things. They went out and did research. They've called people, and they just don't feel comfortable. I know one thing. You watch my videos. You were so comfortable, and you seen my phone number. You said, "Hey, I'm going to reach out." It happens to me all the time. So thank you. I appreciate it. Let me go ahead and cut this short. I really want to thank you for calling me. You made my day. We're going to work together, man. We're gonna. I need students just like you. Ones that are committed, they want success, and they're willing to go out and work for it. Those are the students I really like working with because they usually will get results. That's what I'm looking for.
Great.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hang on the line, okay?